Hello everyone, thank you for joining me on my channel. My name is Connor. Tonight, what we're really going to focus on is why men simply just cannot seem to handle a high priestess Heyoka, just a high priestess in general. We're very strong-willed women. We have strong lineages. We're very wise. We hold our own. And to men, that can be extremely intimidating, right? I'm sure as a lot of you can relate. So I'm just gonna kind of go down the list that I have here. I kind of scrolled through YouTube and, checked out what they had. And I kind of wanted to avoid what everyone else seemed to touch on in their videos because that kind of gets that's monotony and everyone doesn't want to hear the same thing. So I kind of wanted to, put my own unique little twist to it, okay? So first and foremost, when we love someone or when we are really fully invested, we don't play games. We are fully committed to that relationship and to that commitment, right? We don't beat around the bush. We're very upfront about what we want. And that's very important to us that we stay as transparent as we possibly can with whoever it is that we are involved with, okay? And sometimes that can be very intimidating, or it can just simply put them off because their intentions aren't the same as ours. A lot of men like to play games. They like to, they're not in it for the same reasons that we are. And so when we're fully invested, we're fully invested. There's no messing around when it comes to that. So that's number one. Number two, I've already said this, but we're extremely independent. We're very self-sufficient. After, the long journey that we've had with the letdowns and what have you, we've come to terms that at the end of the day, the only ones that we can really count on is ourselves, right? So we're all about that. And we love that strong quality about ourselves and we stand strong in that. And to a man, sometimes that too is intimidating and it can put them off because to a man, especially if they're ego driven, it's all masculine energy. They want to be the ones that we have to depend on, but that's not how we operate at all. So that too can be something that puts men off and is a reason why they simply just can't seem to handle us individually and in a committed relationship. So number three, and this leads to my third pinpoint, is that we can come off extremely intimidating. Me personally, as I've grown up throughout my journey, I've learned to realize that it's not that I'm intimidating, it's simply the fact that they are the ones that are intimidated. So that's a personal problem on their end, not ours, right? So, and our presence is extremely strong. Anytime we walk into a room, right, people gravitate towards us. We're these magnetic beings. We've learned how to transmute energy, and we just are these energetic light bulbs pretty much. So anytime we're out in public, just around a bunch of people, we definitely draw attention to us. And when you're in a relationship, that can kind of be off-putting to someone, especially someone who's insecure, because you are drawing attention to yourself and they really don't like that. So that's definitely a quality for sure. Number five, that's number four. Sorry. We know our power. We know why we came here. We know exactly what our mission is and what we are to accomplish, right? And we stand true to that. At the end of the day, our purpose and our dharma and our mission, that is what we're going to focus on and is our number one priority, aside obviously from if you have children and whatnot. But that's not what I'm even talking about right now. I'm talking about like us fully as individuals. So we know why we came here. And so to a man, sometimes that can be extremely intimidating because a woman who knows who she is through and through, it means we don't need to rely on anyone else. We're very, like I said, we're self-sufficient and we can depend on ourselves and we just know, we know who we are at the end of the day and we stand strong in that. So the next one I have is that we don't objectify ourselves, right? We know that we have more to offer to this world than our bodies and our sexualization, right? We aren't afraid to sit alone. We aren't afraid to eat alone. And I mean this in all aspects, right? So we know what we bring to the table, and we're so satisfied, and it's actually empowering to us knowing that within ourselves, right? So number 7, a lot of men can't keep up with us spiritually. We're very wise. We're the way showers and the wisdom keepers. We've lived many lifetimes. We carry this old soul wisdom, and if men can't keep up with us spiritually, it can be either a turnoff, or it is not a balanced relationship, because the masculine and the feminine energy is something that needs to be balanced, and a man needs a woman and a woman needs a man. It's equal. So when it comes to a union between a man and a woman, it's not a competition, and we know that. We aren't here to compete, and I think a lot of men think that they kind of go into relationships with that kind of a mindset, right? And so when we either offer our wisdom or our advice or anything along those lines, a lot of men get turned off by that, or they get defensive, or they are just very intimidated. There's many different things that they can feel, but what they don't realize is that we can help them and guide them, and we can balance out that masculine energy with our divine feminine energy. And so that's why it's so important when you get into any kind of a relationship, is that you've done your inner work on yourself as well as the other person, so that you can come into union together and share your happiness together. And there's no codependency. There's no attachment to the other person, because you are fully fulfilled inside. You know who you are, and you're in alignment with your true essence. And so you're not searching for any validation or anything outside of yourself to complete you, because you've done your inner work, right? You've come into union with your twin flame, which is your higher self. And so that's why I think there's a huge misconception with men and women just coming together in general. And a lot of people don't have the right idea of a true union and a true partnership. So another point, number 8, we know what we want. And when we know what we want, we're going to express that. And a lot of men are intimidated by that. They're put off by it. They don't know how to react, because especially when you're with a narcissistic man or a very masculine, overbearing, overpowering man, they don't care about your wants. That's not something that they're interested in, trying to do for you and serve your wants or needs, right? So we're very in touch with our emotions too. A lot of men, because this is an ego-driven society we live in. A lot of men have been so programmed to be overly masculine and so overbearing and controlling, and I rule the ship, and I steer the ship, and I do, it's all about the masculine and the male. But what I think needs to change, all in all, is that there needs to be a balance within the masculine and the feminine energy, and that we need each other, the yin and the yang. So back to expressing ourselves. We're honest. We're so honest and open. And when something needs to be expressed, it's going to come out, and it's going to be very upfront. It's going to be straight and to the point. And sometimes it's just, that doesn't make a man comfortable because of their insecurities or where they stand with themselves. So that's another quality. And we're very much in our heart space as high priestesses, Heyoka high priestesses. It's just strong women in general. Okay, we're very much heart-centered, and we know our heart, we know our intentions, we know what, like I said, we know what we want. And to a lot of men, they're not heart-centered. They are out of alignment. They are in it for the wrong reasons. They don't have the best intentions. They don't want something permanent, or they're more or less looking for something temporary or just self-fulfilling that they can get out of you. So those are definitely people you want to avoid, obviously. But yeah, we're very in touch with our feminine energy. And I don't know, I just think that there's a union that needs to be understood. And a lot of the times that's why men can't handle our wisdom and our knowledge and our strength, and just how headstrong we are. And we have a vision, and we have this laser focus about, you know, where we're headed in life. And a lot of men don't like it. I know I keep kind of repeating myself, but it's just something. And I don't mean to say a lot of men. I mean, I know that all men are different. I'm not a man, obviously. So I don't know, I can't speak for them. I'm really truly just speaking from my personal experience. But yeah, I think that the more men can kind of get in touch with their feminine energy and realize that it's okay to express themselves. We want that. We want you to open up your heart. We want you to, you know, be as heart-centered as possible, because that's what's going to heal the world. That's what's going to heal you. That's what's going to heal our ancestral trauma. That's what's going to heal everything through and through. So the more that we can be in touch with our feminine energy and learn to respect each other and what each other has to offer and what each other has to bring to the table. Because at the end of the day, right, every strong man has a strong woman behind him, right? So vice versa. It can't be one or the other. I think too many people are looking at these relationships like it's a one-up, or it's some kind of a competition, or they're better than the other person. That, first of all, that's not love at all. And secondly, that's the most selfish way you can even look at anything that you'd want to call a commitment, because or a healthy relationship, because that's really what we're also talking about here too, is keeping things healthy and based off of you know, loyalty and love and everything that's genuine and true. So yeah, I just really wanted to touch on that, because a lot of shifts are happening energetically. Lots of divine feminine energy is coming in. Stay open to that. Okay, now's a good time to kind of hear your partner out. Get on the same page. Learn something new about each other. Obviously, there's always something new we can learn about ourselves, so there's definitely something new we can learn about our partner and about each other. I just kind of wanted to throw that in there right now, because it's just kind of something that I've noticed in my exterior world when I'm out and about. But yeah, the more men can kind of steer clear of looking at us as competition, and more or less like look at it more like we're challenging you, just like you can challenge us, kind of thing. And it's an equal give and take that really needs to be the intentions. And I hope that all of these pinpoints were helpful. And like I said, I really wanted to kind of avoid all of the videos that are already out there as best as I could, so that I could kind of give my own unique input on the matter. So I hope that you all have a great night, and I also plan on being here as much as I possibly can to help guide you with my wisdom and my knowledge as best as I can. And I'm just grateful for the opportunity. And I will see you all in my next video.